Jesus said, I and my Father are one. And Jesus was not only speaking for himself, Jesus was speaking the truth of every man. The truth of every man is that God in man is man. Man in God is God. And each person may say, God in me is me. I want you to shout this with your hands and your voices with me. God in me is me. Come on. God in me is me. Some of you didn't know that before, but this is the truth that sets you free. When you come to know who and what you are in God and who and what God is in you. Now let's for a moment talk about this word God. In our philosophy, which we call the science of living, we describe God as the presence of unlimited good in me and in everyone. And we're stating this in the first person. God is the presence of unlimited good in me and in everyone. Together, please, with your hands and voices. God is the presence of unlimited good in me and in everyone. This is the way that you come to an experience of the goodness of life, by believing and knowing this. Believe that you can be and do and have the good you desire. You will never get any further in life than your belief about yourself. And let me stop here for a moment. You know what the trouble with many people is? A lot of you are troubled and are having problems because you're upset about what other people think about you. I'm going to have to upset you a bit right here and use an emphatic word which may not become a clergyman on national TV. But please listen. You are not going to get anywhere in life, spiritually or otherwise, until you come to that point where you don't give a damn what people think about you. I'm sorry, Pharisees. As long as you worry about what other people think about you, you will be mediocre. You will be worried to death. The hair will fall out of your head, worrying over what other people think about you. It only matters what you believe about yourself. And I want to give you that as an affirmation in the first person. It only matters what I believe about myself. Together with hands and voices. It only matters what I believe about myself. Let me tell you another secret. I'm a bit leery of people who get upset over what other people say about them, because if you get upset about it, it makes me think that maybe you're guilty. The time and the energy that you waste worrying about what people say about you and think about you, you could use that time and energy in making your success in life. So believe in yourself. Believe in yourself as a healthy person, as a happy person. Believe in yourself as a successful person. Believe that you can and you will. But until you believe you can, you won't. Now, everywhere the Bible tells us to believe, it means believe in yourself. Believe in your divine self. Everywhere the Bible tells us to believe, it means believe in God in you. How many of you believe in God in you? I'm not talking about God in the sky, but God in you. If you believe in God in you, I'm going to give you a personal affirmation about this. I believe in the presence and the power of God in me. Together. I believe in the presence and power of God in me. All right, I feel you turning on. Give me a few more moments. You must believe that God in you is for you. You would be surprised to know the thousands of letters that I get from people who believe that God is against them. I will never forget, a man spoke to me in tears about 2 years ago, asking me to pray for his little son who was about 3 years old. The boy was in the hospital having spasms and fits. And he said, Reverend, I want you to pray for my little son. He says, because, and I'll tell it just like he said it, he said, my pastor told me that because I did wrong, God is taking it out on my son. Oh, you should have seen my curly hair stand up straight. You know, you have to watch this jazz that people put out in the name of God and in the name of religion. Some of you, your biggest hindrance is your religious belief. I said to him, I said, sir, with all due respect to your eminent pastor, with his DDs and LLDs, with all due respect to all of the precious doctrines of the church, with all due respect to all of the ecclesiastical dogmas of the world, God does not do spite work. And this will bless many of you here, because I can discern that there's some of you in here right now. You honestly believe that God is punishing you. You honestly believe that God is taking it out on you. Psychiatrists call this a guilt complex. And as long as you're under a horrible guilt complex, you are condemning yourself and you can never succeed and be happy. So I want you to know right here and right now that God does not do spite work. Let's shout that together. God does not do spite work. If you want to be forgiven, forgive yourself and everybody else, and you're forgiven. God forgives you through you. I'm going to put that in the first person and have you shout it with me. God forgives me through me. Come on. God forgives me through me. Regardless of how wrong you may have been, forgive yourself. Forgive all others, and you are forgiven. Go free and succeed and be happy, for life can be beautiful.